Hi everyone, I am back in Small Victories today. I'm Johanna Basford's mini book, and I just figured that I might as well finish the images on this page. I can do them all with an autumnal twist, and I just rather thought they would be fun. Now, I did avoid doing them on video when I first got the book because I'm not hugely confident in doing animal colouring, but I thought I would just go for it. So we did this one first, which is a bit odd because it's not the first picture, but we'll come across and do the rabbit now. And I'm just going to have a go, do my best and see what comes of her. So here she is. I've decided she's a she. I don't know why. Right, Staedtler Design Journey pencils, as we did in the other one. We're just going to use the same ones for all the images on this page. Next few days you'll have these pages coming through. Now, where shall I start? I think I'm going to start with the leaves, on all of the leaves, and I'm going to do them in sort of autumnal colours, and then I'm going to do the rabbit afterwards, and I will decide what colour to do her, whether to do her brown or grey. I'm not sure. So I'm going to start with this pencil. This is number 72, and it's called English Red, but it's quite a brownish colour, and I'm going to use it for, I'm just having a look at the leaves actually. These look the same as these, but that one looks slightly different. I've got these smaller ones here. I think I might do some of them the same, so I think I'm going to start with this big one here, being a bit indecisive this morning. I've actually not been doing much colouring today. In fact, over the last couple of days I didn't record any videos or do very much yesterday at all because I was getting together the Advent package, all the Advent giveaways, which I've done now, which was good. I was getting a little bit thinking, if I don't get it done soon, then not only will the fact that I'm putting together a sort of bundle, early access bundle, would be a bit pointless if it was too close to when I started releasing them each day through Advent, but also I'm going to have Christmas videos to make, and when Christmas is upon me I get very busy, I think we all do. So I need to get on with it. So I did. So I got that done yesterday, which was good. I'm just choosing my next colour. I think I'm going to go for this. This is number 722. It looks like a slightly lighter, this is called Indian Red. I think I'm going to go over what I've done and just take the colour further up. I might just leave a little bit at the tip, a bit lighter at the tip, and I'm just probably going to put one last colour on here. It's looking a bit too browny red for my liking. I'm going to I've got an idea, I'm going to mix something with it just to make it a different colour for sort of to please me really. Excuse me. So yes, I was busy getting all that done, which was very satisfying. And this morning my son was here, and he was he's just left for uni now, and it's 11:30. So I was sort of keeping an eye on him, making sure he's getting his sort of first day back after a week off. So I was just making sure that he had everything prepped and that he was doing a little bit of work and that sort of thing, you know. So I didn't want to sort of really get going with my videos. I'm going to put a yellow on top of this. This is 11, which is a nice brownish yellow. It's called Sand. And I'm going to put it on the tip like this. I just want some vibrancy and warmth. Look at that. It takes it from a sort of dull red to a lovely bright, really vibrant autumny shade, which I like. So anyway, so I was doing all sorts of, I was writing my newsletter, and if you haven't signed up for my newsletters, I do pop them on my website a little while after they go out, so that you can catch up with them if you don't want them in your inbox, because we get so many emails, it's just too much sometimes. But I usually only send them out once a month. So I was doing that, and other promotional bits and pieces, just to let on different platforms. You have to do that when you're trying to let people know what you're up to. So I was on Reddit and Pinterest to start with. I'm going to put a bit of dark brown here, 77. Now what I want is, see where they're overlapping, I want to pop some shadow in there, so just along this line a little bit. Yes, so I was on, put a bit on Pinterest and Reddit, and then I was on Threads, then I was on Blue Sky, and Threads is like Instagram's answer to Twitter, and Blue Sky is like a replacement for Twitter. It's sort of independent thing, which my kids have said I need to get on, because apparently Twitter have started saying in their T's and C's that they can just use any artist's work for AI. Now that isn't on, so a lot of artists have disappeared and they've gone off to Blue Sky, where their work is more protected. I never have posted on Twitter because I feel it's it always seems a little bit toxic to me, not very friendly, you know, people there wanting an argument sort of thing, which I'm not, number 7, I'm definitely not up for. So I'm going to do the bottoms of these little leaves and just spread this all the way to the tip. No, so I don't want to be on an unfriendly platform. Apparently Reddit can be quite toxic, but the colouring groups aren't. That's particularly the ones I'm in. So I don't get that. I mean, it doesn't happen in the colouring community very often. Occasionally, I've had an occasional bit of trolling. Unfortunately, it's something that you do have to be prepared for when you're in the public eye, and you know. But I'm fine with it, really. You know, I have, fortunately, I'm going to do these, I think. I have such a lot of positivity and lovely comments that it certainly it gives me the confidence to carry on. One odd negativity is not going to put me off, you know. It can be a bit of a blow, you know. You think, oh. But then you have to remember that actually that person is either just doing it because they're nasty. I don't like to think of people as nasty, but I don't think there's any other way of saying it, really. Or they're just doing it because they're jealous, or they're just in a bad mood, number 16, or whatever. And you just have to think, don't take it personally, because they may have done it to lots of people, which actually happened to me quite recently on Reddit. Me and Colour with Claire started getting some negative comments from somebody saying we were there just for self-promotion and that wasn't on. Now, it is against Reddit's general rules to do that, but those particular communities have always been very very happy for us to post things, including links to our videos and things like that. Which, yes, it is self-promotion, but hopefully the videos are useful as well, you know. That's quite similar in colour, isn't it? A little bit darker. I think the grass, we've got this sort of grassy tufts here. I think I'm going to actually just do those in a green, but a slightly darkish green. I don't want a bright green. So I'm going to go for this 579. Now this, I think it's called earth green. No, I'm lying. It's olive dark. Sorry. So, yes, so there was this person, but the moderator of the group banned them. You know, they were happy with what we were posting, so it was all fine. You just have to try and feel sorry for the person that does it. I mean, they weren't being too nasty, you know. I mean, not in a sort of personal threats type way, which would be scary, but fortunately never had that. So, you know, it's just, but I do feel that if you are a sensitive type and you would be very easily upset by negative feedback, then never expose yourself, never put your things out there. It's what I've done to protect myself a little bit, actually, because although the online community, it seems actually the opposite to what we hear and read in the news. The online community in colouring is amazing, but the actual community of people that I know are not so much. This is number 4. We're going for a more orangey tone now for these leaves up here. So when I've told people face to face that I do colouring, I've had some very rude reactions, and so that I'm much more guarded in real life than I am online. And it's interesting because normally people are the other way round, because online, you know, you hear about all the online trolling and people don't do it behind, they do it behind the mask of an online identity and this sort of thing. No, I have had people just laugh in my face when I said I did colouring 110. This is called bright yellow. I'm going to do the tips. This bit's going to be very glowy, almost fire-esque. Yes, so that was not very pleasant. So I'm just very, very careful. I basically tell people I'm an art teacher if they ask, because then I don't get any sort of abuse, you know. And then people who are kind and nice, who I know aren't going to be horrid, then I give them a bit more information. Or if people ask, often they don't ask. This is 49. I have noticed that a lot of people will ask you what you do for a living, and whatever you tell them, they don't ask any more questions. They're never interested. Whether you say you're a brain surgeon, a nuclear physicist, or a gardener, or you know, a nurse or a whatever, they just don't care. They're just asking to be polite, I think. This is 17. This is called light ochre. No light olive. No light ochre. I'll have this little argument with myself. I can't see my swatch chart very well, apparently. Now, if you don't have these pencils, I do have comparison charts, so you can find the colours, hopefully within the pencils that you do have, that is available for you. The links, I think, are in the description. Might be a general link to my Ko-fi Staedtler section, or it might be a little bit more specific. I can't remember, to be honest. This is 73, but I haven't actually done it yet because I haven't put the video on, but I don't know what I did for yesterday's. This is quite dark. I didn't want it to be this dark. Never mind, we'll lighten it up very soon with some 42, which is our light orange. Yes, so there are charts so that you can you know, work out what the colours are. I'm trying to work out what that line is there. Yes, so you can work it out for your own pencil sets. And also not sure whether this is leaves or not. This here. Is it leaves? Is that what those dots are? I'm tempted to colour them as leaves. I think it'd be easier. But these are leaves, so we're going to do these. I want to do these in... yeah, that's great. Oh gosh, I just dropped my pencil on the floor. I've got to move my chair to find it. Oh, sorry, my voice fades away as I lean down. This is 703. It is our, where's the colour on my list? Rosewood. I'm going to do it for the tips of the base, I mean, for these. I've actually done all of these leaves so that the base is darker than the tip. It is just a habit. It's how I colour them. You can obviously reverse it if you wish and make the base tips darker than the base. It just feels like the way to do it, but I mean, there's no right way to do it. I'm going back to my 16. We have used this before, but I do like it a lot to make a sort of goldish colour on these. Yeah, so anyway, I was doing all sorts this morning. I think that's one as well, there and there, which was good. And then I've come to make some videos. I've been sorting through as well my various books. I've got a selection of autumnal tutorials that I want to do with you. One from Autumn Harvest I'm hoping to do. I can't remember now. Good memory. I was only looking at it, you know, 2 minutes ago, but hey, I'm sure it's all fine. We're gonna pretend we don't notice that my memory's so rubbish. Yeah, there was another book This is 76, and I'm going to do the base of these, so I am going to make them look like leaves. If you'd rather make it look like just fur, that's fine, but I just not too sure. Now that just looks like the tip of, oh, I'll just put a bit in the bottom. There we go, let's just go for it. I had the most exciting thing happen just now. I was looking at my comments on my videos, and I always like to reply to the comments. I had a quick little look, and I had a comment from a person who was the first YouTube video that I ever watched to learn how to do colouring from, and she commented on my video. It was Peter Hewitt. Now Peter Hewitt does a lot of Johanna Basford. She used to, when I first started watching her videos. She did Johanna Basford with sorry, this is 24. Did I even say Scarlet Red? Using polychromos pencils, which is what I was using when I first started colouring, really, apart from a few Ergosofts. So I watched her video from Enchanted Forest by Johanna Basford. There's a sort of duck pond page where there's it's a circular design, and you've got ducks, a duck and two babies on the water with some grassy bits either side, tree leaves above, and then under the water you've got a treasure chest and some things going on. I can't quite remember all of it, but she did this video for this one, and I remember watching it and thinking it was so hard. It wasn't, but you know, that's what I was thinking at the time, that I would never be able to colour like that, but I absolutely loved it at the same time. I'm going to I'm going to use my 11 next, I think, on these, but I'm not going to go all the way to the top. I'm going to go right over what I've done, try and sort of smush it a bit, but I'm not going to go right to the tip. We're going to put a bit of green, I think, on the tip. So yeah, she commented on my video, and I was like, oh, usually a little happy feeling. That was nice. She actually gave me some tips, because she said she's noticed that there's a few bits missing in Johanna's new book. There's a few lines missing here and there. I noticed it as well. There sometimes is, and that's fine. I rather like it, to be honest. It just shows that it's human, that she's human. But she said she will use a fine liner to draw them in. I was like, but she said you could just use a pencil first. I was like, using a pen in my book, it's scary. 56. But I said, you know, using a pencil is a good idea. But I hadn't, I don't think I'd drawn them in. I don't know. Anyway, I can't remember. So I'm overlapping the yellow here with this green. I don't know why. I'm just doing it. I'm quite enjoying it. It's, yeah, I'm just going with it, really. So that was rather exciting. Now I have to decide now what colour to do my bunny, because I could do the bunny in brown, and I think it might work, because although we have got brown in his, we haven't got dark brown, but then rabbits aren't dark brown, are they? We've got a lot of red in here, so if we use browns that don't have red in, we could use grey. I think I'm just going to look at my swatch chart. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with a colour called dark ochre. Now this is a greenish brown. Am I right? Yeah, number 19. I'm going to do a base of this on our bunny, and then draw some fur on. So I'm just going to keep it light, because we're going to be drawing fur on top. But I think this will work. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It will. But it might be quite a dark bunny. I don't know how dark they get. I always imagine them to be quite pale. I still don't know what that is. I'm just going to colour over it. I don't know what it is. And we have a little tail. I'm going to ignore the tail for now because bunnies' tails are white, aren't they? I was actually doing a tutorial on how to colour white fluff yesterday for my advent bundle fluffy stocking top. I've done one before on video, but this was a sort of slightly different, and photographs with written instruction. Now don't worry if you can see the lines. See how I'm making it look a bit liney? Because that's what we want. It's furry. I don't know whether to do that lighter. I don't think I will. I don't really want it lighter. My stomach is feeling hungry. Oh, I just looked at my phone. I got a notification. It's fine. It was my tablet actually. Just keeping an eye on it to see if my boys are due back. Okay, not due back. They're not due back. I'm talking nonsense. Right, let's put a few darker areas in. So I'm thinking at the bottom here it might be a bit darker. I don't know whether this is even going to show through once I put my fluff on, but it'll guide me anyway, even if it doesn't quite show. And I'm thinking around here a bit darker, and then this looks a bit more like it's standing out. I think we'll do the nose in black, dark brown, and then in here I think it's going to be darker inside the ear. Now I don't think this looks particularly greeny. I'm wondering whether to give this a sharpen and do some fluff with it. Fur. I think I will. So you want a really sharp pencil for your fur. This is how I do it. Anyway, ooh, there we go. And start in the ears. You see inside the ear. I'm just going to fill that bit in. I think it could be longer. And then I'm going to do a few lighter bits out here. Like that. And it will show up more when we do some different colours. Keep it a bit lighter on the outside, just so we can see the contrast between the different bits of the ear. Now we're getting to the face. We want small lines because the fur, think about how long the fur would be compared to the size of the face. And we want them random, so we don't want them all starting in one place. That isn't how fur works. And we want them in this sort of vertical lines, because I think that's how it would fall. I'm guessing, but I think it would be like that. And then a little bit lighter on here. Little whiskers. I think down there might be a bit darker. Oh, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Oh, there we go. It's gone now. I woke up with such a blocked nose this morning. Ugh. My son said he did as well, but I woke up feeling a bit weird because I couldn't breathe properly through my nose. I got up in the night actually. I needed to pop to the bathroom, and I got up and my like, so weird. It's hard to describe. Like, I suddenly feel like my heart goes really fast when I stand up quickly, and I think it's definitely related to not being able to breathe properly through my nose, because I know that I get it when I have that problem, and then when I take some nasal spray, which I have, it settles down. So I took a lot of nasal spray this morning. I took a maximum dose, hoping that it would sort it out, and I've felt fine since, so that's all good. But I just have to be a little bit aware. Now this is 85 and it's a warm brown, grey, sorry, warm grey, and I think it will help our bunny to look less like these orangey leaves. So we're going to put another layer of fur, again longer ones inside the ear area, and then less on the outside area, and smaller and less. And as we build up the fur, hopefully she will look more fluffy. And a little floofy bunny. You may need to resharpen your pencil. Depends how blunt it gets. Try not to press too hard because that will blunt it and it won't. It's tempting to press harder because then you colour your area more quickly, and I do it too. I'm criticising you, but it means that it doesn't look so subtle, and you can't build up so many layers before you fill up the tooth of the paper and things like that. I'm just going to put a dark bit in there. Now we will do the nose, I hope. If I forget, it's going to be black. I know what I'm like, I'll probably forget. I'm just going to put a bit more shadow in there. Yeah, so the more patient you are, the better results you will probably get to a limit. You know, spend your whole life on one picture, it's probably going to be rather overworked and you will run out of tooth on your paper eventually. But going a little bit slower can be helpful, and I'm telling myself this because I am rubbish at going slow, absolutely rubbish. I run through life, you know, I'm just like always in a hurry, and I think colouring has been so good for me to sort of slow me down a little bit, but sometimes I'm still rushing. But believe it or not, you might think, gosh, she goes fast and this is slowed down. Yes. Yes, this is slow. My husband and my mother-in-law used to always find it, well, my husband still does, my mother-in-law's no longer with us, used to find it really difficult to cope with my speed. I'm rather happy with Bunny just like that, apart from the nose. We'll do the nose. In that when I'm in the kitchen, I'm just a whirlwind. I'm like just preparing the food and stuff, you know. This is the black 9. I'm going to get the nose done. I'm going to go around the edge first and layer it up. So I'm going to go around and around a few times around the edge. Yeah, my husband can't cope with being in the kitchen with me because I'm in every drawer, I'm on every surface, back and forth, round and round, fast. He feels very uncomfortable. He hates it when I'm like bashing into him, or if he's in my way. He just has to move out. He just has to go out of the... He'll go and sit at the table, chatter to me, but he just can't bear to be there. We're going to do something with this tail. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I often do, don't I? I'm just looking for a cool grey. I think I'll go for the 800. It might be a little bit too pale, but this is our cool grey. Oops, I'm going to sharpen it and then try and think what to do. The way it's drawn, it looks more fluffy like a fleece rather than furry. I don't know if you know what I mean. I hope you do. But I think it should have fur because the Bunny does. So I'm just going to draw some on. It's not really showing up very much, and I'm not putting on too much because let's see, where should we go from here? Maybe the dove grey, that might be nice. 83, I'm trying to find it though. Is that it? Yeah, 83. It's a slightly bluey grey. You can't really tell, but it is. And you want it very sharp, and I'm just going to put a few small lines on. Now you could get your white pen out and draw white lines on here to make it look whiter, but I don't want to put any white on here. I quite like the muted look. I think if I put white here, it'll really stand out because this paper isn't even white. It's going to stand right out. That's not what I want. So I'm going to leave that, but I am just going to do a tiny bit of work on the ears. I want a dark... this is number 77. This is our tobacco brown. I just want to put a little bit of shadow here because I think we would see some just there and a little bit here, but a bit less because of the angle. But I'm just thinking here, be quite shadowed. It gives a slightly more three-dimensional look to our ear. And we're going to do the same on this side, but on the here. So a bit darker here. So right against the black line, quite a few layers, and then just scumble out a little bit to blend into the dark colour that's there. And then do a little line down there. And it just helps to give the impression that we're looking into the ear rather than being quite flat. You could put some shadow around the plant to make it look like it's standing out from the ear, but I think it's part of the rabbit, you know. I don't think it's, but that's my interpretation, because there's all, obviously it's all down to interpretation. I'm going to do a little bit around the nose area here, just a bit of scumbled shadow. I'm just thinking it help it look a bit more like it's standing out, and a little bit there and there, and then down here underneath here, and we're just adding a little bit just to try and make it look slightly more three-dimensional. And then down here we've already put a fair bit of shadow here between these, I was going to say toes, not toes. Now this line here, a fair bit, and then maybe just here, under here, and in there. I think I'll leave it there. I don't want to go around the edge of there because that's a leafy bit and we're not doing that with any of the other leaves. So I think I'm going to leave it there. Oh, it's 12. What a good timing. It's time for lunch. But there he is. So I've overcome my fear of doing fur. And we've just got little lines to just give the impression of fur. Now some people like to add a bit of white, and then you can go over the black line edges to make it look even more like it's furry, or you can draw your lines over the edges. I haven't really done that very much, and I just didn't want to add white today, but just because of all the leaves and things, it just wasn't what I was going for. But you could use a white pen and add some white, but it's going to stand out a lot because of all the leaf work. So yeah, it's up to you. But we shall come back tomorrow and do another one of the pictures on this page, again in an autumnal style. I've got to look up what the foxes look like, because I can never remember which bits are black and which bits are white and which bits are brown. We'll try and make it look reasonably real. Not, you know, we're not going for photorealism here, but we want it to be a recognisable animal, so you don't go, oh, you did the fox's tail brown and it should be black or whatever, you know. Well, I'll try and make it look almost right. But that is us today, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and comment, send a little smiley face or something, just to let me know you enjoyed it. And hopefully I will see you for the next one. But have a lovely day and happy colouring.